Okay, here today we have Rick. He was just recently at a barber shop. All right, and he's not real happy with his hair. So what I'm looking at here is he has a little bit too much going on in here. This could be a little shorter on the top. And with the wave that he has in his hair, the longer it gets, I think the more wavy it's going to be, and maybe the more unruly it's going to be. So without taking too much off the top, I want to leave enough in from above the round. The round is the top from the crown right there. I'm going to leave some hair up in here, and the rest of it we're going to neaten this up for him and groom it up. I guess you do like longer hair, but it's to the point now where either you go with a shorter groomed look or you grow it out, but growing it out, it's going to look unruly and messy the whole time. So, I mean, it's to neaten it up and to make it look the best we can. I think we should get rid of a lot of this and clean this tighter around here. And give it a little bit more of a GQ look, I would say, something like that. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about? So we're going to start back here and get this off his neck. There again, a molding technique. It works very well on men's haircuts also. Okay. So keeping in mind that we're going to be leaving this as long as possible up here, but we are going to be shaping it. Let's not do any cutting below the occipital bone, or above it rather, I'm sorry, above it. There again, remember guides. Follow the guide. Always know where the guide is. And if you can't find it, go back and look. Now see, that looks neater already. You can see it's laying better. It's not unruly. Okay, we're going to start pulling the top into this. I don't want to put any kind of a weight line in it at all, so we're going to gradually blend it as we work our way up to the crown. Now we want to keep this in the crown area a little on the longer side because you do have a cowlick back here that you do like to keep in control of. So we have some longer hair to lay down on top of that. That's going to work out just fine. I always like to try to find out when I'm doing men's haircuts, if I've never met them before, find out what type of work they're in. That usually can tell you a lot about what they need or what they're expecting for a haircut. You certainly don't want to give some kind of funky shag to a banker, so it always helps to find out what they do for a living. Of course, there's some people that I do that play in bands and they want their hair to be looking like band hair, so that has to go accordingly to them also. And unfortunately in our area there's still some people that still like wearing the mullet. I've killed quite a few of those in my lifetime, but there's still a few that are still floating around. But see, as we go up the side, we're going to do the same blending as that we did on back here. We're going to blend it with this and our starter down here. So there again, just keep pulling it out. And keep in mind you have to blend it with the back right in here. And I'm over-directing this hair a little bit this way in order to keep a little bit more fullness right up in this edge here, without of course, showing any kind of a weight line. Yeah, sometimes you got to get around the ear with these men's cuts. Don't be shy. Just dig in there, grab the ear, pull it, put it where you want it. It won't fall off. I can assure you nice clean work around the ear. There again, we're going to be working up this side using this back section that we previously cut as one of our guides. And what I started in here, this also is one of our guides right in here. We're going to scan right across the top here, and there again, take the point off. This is somewhat longer in the middle, longer in the top. And it seems like the hair is much more controllable at this length, rather than, it seems like when your hair grows long, does it seem to tend to get bushy? Yeah. Now this hair too, even wavy hair, can always use a little bit of extra texture, especially when you're using product on it. Using product on it, you want something to really get up and say something. Everything needs some texture, everything. Now, I do have to say I showed this technique earlier when I was cutting Ten's hair, but I really would advise trying this at home. This is not something you want to try at home, this particular technique, unless you have a couple extra fingers that you don't need. All right, let's neaten it up around the neckline, sideburns. Remember, when you're doing men's haircuts, don't be afraid. They got hair in the ears, they don't want it there, okay? Same with eyebrows. Always keep a look on the eyebrows, because the eyebrows, as guys get older, seems like that's what grows the most. I mean, you don't even have to ask them. They'll appreciate the fact that you were smart enough to go in there and take care of it for them. Okay, now, this haircut here, I would use nothing more on it than some kind of really fun spiking glue. There's all kinds of those around also. Something that's flexible, something that is not sticky. It does have some hold to it. And you can see this also adds some shine. There again, I don't use much of a brush. Just use my hand. It's a big 5-finger brush. And there again, you have a great looking style with no time affixed to it. You can do this virtually in, out of the shower. And there you have it. This looks great. The sides are tapered in closer. The back is taken off. You don't have any more of the unruliness in the back. And you can see the texture. The texture is easy to spot.
Richard, thank you so much for allowing us here today and for sharing all of your talent with the world.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. I enjoyed it.
You know, next time I'm in town, you're going to cut my hair.
I will be here for you.
What little there is left of it.
I will be here for you. I'll be here for you anytime.
Okay.
You got a salon in time.
All right, great. And this is Richard A. Miller, master hairstylist, right here in Greensburg, Pennsylvania. And if you look at the end of the show, you're going to see all of his contact information. This is Joe Blasco with Richard Miller, right here on MUA TV. Don't go away. We've got a lot more makeup and hair programming just for you.